Animal testing is defined as the use of non-human animals in research and developing projects, especially for purposes of determining the safety of substances such as foods or drugs. Animal testing dates back to the ancient times when men, such as Aristotle, used animals to perform medical tests. However, our presentation will cover the controversy since the 1950s. In Pennsylvania, cats are tested on 36.1% of the time, followed by guinea pigs and then dogs. In Pennsylvania alone, there are 75,413 animals tested on each year. Comparably, 891,161 animals in the United States were tested on in 2013, with 190,881 guinea pigs tested on alone. Various animals are used in lab research for different purposes. Rats and mice, for example, are very commonly used in cancer and genome research. Due to research, 19.5 million animals are killed every year.
In 1959, the Principles of Humane Experimental Techniques was published. These were guidelines that sought to diminish animal pain and promote the use of non-animals, as well as use fewer animals in experimental treatments.
The Animal Welfare Act was passed in 1966 by President Lyndon B. Johnson and is the only federal law that regulates the treatment of animals in research and experiments. Failure to meet regulation standards now results in fines and jail time.
In 1971, the United States Department of Agriculture excluded mice, rats, and birds from the coverage by the Animal Welfare Act.
The Modernization Act was passed in 1979 and prohibits the use of animals for testing if alternative methods have been found.
This event was followed by the foundation of People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA. Then, in 1985, the Improved Standards for Laboratory Animals Act was passed, which tried to ensure that mental and physical well-being of all animals, as well as requires research institutions to keep an unbiased person as well as a vet on staff.
In 2003, the European Union approved a ban on animal testing in the cosmetic industry that took effect in 2009. Many animal rights advocates hope that this will influence the U.S. to do the same.
This event was followed in 2006 by the passage of the Animal Enterprise Terrorism Act, which prevents people from interfering and damaging places of animal enterprise.
Animal testing is highly regulated to prevent the mistreatment of animals in labs.
Dr. Simon Festing, in an interview on Understanding Animal Research, explains the testing process.
Surely many animal tests are cruel, causing pain and suffering.
It would be wrong to gloss over the fact that animals do suffer in research for the benefit of people, but much of this discomfort is mild, and it's similar to when you take your pet to the vet. It might involve sampling of blood or minor operations.
Animal testing is cruel and inhumane.
Who cares if they dream in pictures or giggle when they're having fun? Who cares if, like dogs and cats, mice and rats are good mothers who empathise when others are in distress and will risk their own safety to rescue friends and strangers? In laboratories, tens of millions of mice and rats are locked inside tiny, barren cages. They are cut, burned, shocked, poisoned, starved, and crippled. Like humans and other mammals, they wince when they're in pain and they become lonely, anxious, and depressed. 95% of all the animals in laboratories are mice and rats. but they're excluded from the Animal Welfare Act, the only federal law that offers even minimal protection to animals tormented in experiments. They often receive no pain relief or veterinary care, and if they become ill, they are left to suffer and die inside their filthy, crowded cages. They are considered so unimportant that no one is even required to report how many are experimented on, and no experiment on them, no matter how painful, is illegal. Who cares? They care.
No alternative methods to testing are adequate compared to testing on a living, whole-body system.
Alternative methods exist that can replace the use of animals in labs.
Animals are similar to humans, making them appropriate research subjects.
There are, of course, differences between humans and animals, but there are also remarkable similarities. We share, for example, over 90% of our genes just with a mouse, and many of the major biological systems in an animal, from digestion to the cardiovascular system, these work in the same way with humans.
Animals are very different from human beings, making them inaccurate predictors of how humans will react to a product.
Animal testing has led to many advances in medicine that have helped save lives.
Why is it necessary to test potential medicines on animals?
We do medical research to save human lives and to prevent people suffering. A small but vital part of that involves the use of animals.
Medical breakthroughs that involve animal research still may have been made without the use of animals.
Animal testing ensures the safety of products for human consumers.
Animal tests may mislead researchers into ignoring potential cures and treatments.